We're with Chris Daleo, the head coach of the Champaign Swarm, ahead of a big contest coming up this Thursday against the Bloomington Flex, a first base showdown. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Arnold Lewis, Player of the Week. After 2 games, had 70 points combined and 20 rebounds. What did you know about Arnold Lewis that you wanted to bring him here, and what have you seen out of him?
He's a low-post scorer with good footwork and good hands. He's a competitor who competes every day in practice and in games. He's a great guy and a great teammate. And he plays multiple positions. He can play the 3 and the 4 for us. So depending on the height advantages, maybe a little bit of 5.
You talked about footwork. How key is footwork in that position? Is it something that you learn early on? Is it something you keep developing at this point in your game?
Well, Arnold works on it every day. Zach, our assistant coach, works with him on it. And it's just something that adds to his game. If you don't have good footwork, you have to work on increasing to get good footwork, as terrible as, as cliche as that may sound. So he just continues to work. He works at his game. He works at his craft. He's a professional basketball player. So as he leaves us and goes overseas or he goes on to another opportunity, he's taking what he's learned here, coupled with what he's brought in with, becoming a better player, and then moving on. And those are all good things. And we're excited for him. We're happy for him. He's in a good rhythm right now. He's doing some good stuff. So we hope it continues for him.
Talking with Chris Daleo, head coach of the Champaign Swarm, mentioning overseas opportunities. I know you've said before that there might be opportunities down the line here for some players, and obviously that's the goal for them, if not to get to the NBA D-League or the ultimate, the NBA. Why does a guy like Arnold Lewis, why is he here? Is it a matter of just not getting noticed before? Is it because him or other quality players in this league just need to keep developing some skills before they get noticed?
That's it. You have to continually work at it. And then you have to get a good recommendation from your coach. And you have to have good numbers and have to get good film. And when all those things come together, that's why Arnold will be leaving us soon, because he's been able to put up good numbers. I get a call. He gets a good recommendation. He has a good work ethic and all those things that an overseas team will take a flyer out on him, because what they see on film, coupled with a solid recommendation from a reputable source and coupled with the stats that he has put up. So all those things show it's a good, surefire bet. When I was in Korea, they wasted so much money on bringing guys over. Can you imagine those flights of flying a guy over than the guy being out of shape, or the guy not having a good work ethic, or the guy having some indiscretions when he was there, and then you got to fly him back and go. You can spend your whole season rotating foreign players. So it's important for them, especially when some of these leagues are on limited budgets, to make a choice and make a good choice of a person that's going to help them win games.
Talking with Chris Daleo, head coach of the Champaign Swarm. Thursday night, a tip-off between the 2 first-place teams in the league right now, the Bloomington Flex and the Swarm. Bloomington won decidedly last time out. What needs to be different this time? What did you notice on film? What do you need to change?
Well, we just have to come out to be aggressive. We have to come out and play our game. But we just have to take care of our business. It's important to win games. I understand. We talk about it all the time. Myself and you, Scott, we talk about it. Yes, it's important to win games, but it's also important on this level type of league and these types of players to continue to work on their weaknesses and then play to your strengths. And we have some players that play a little bit out of position. But in order for them to get somewhere, we have to play this guy at point guard, because as a 2 guard, he would never get proper looks. We have to use this guy or put this person in a position that he may be uncomfortable with right now, but in the long run, it will benefit him if he makes his mistakes and he continues to keep learning and then learns from those mistakes. That will benefit him in the long run. And some people lose sight about all that. Yes, wins and losses are certainly important, and yes, winning conference championships certainly are important. But in the great scheme of things, when building your league and building your reputation for your league, you have to take some lumps along the way, because you're trying to focus on getting your players to where they need to go, and that then will bring in different players and more players and build a better reputation. And so that's the most important thing. Yes, do I want to win every single game? Yes. Do players want to win every single game? Yes. Are we going to work our butts off to win on Thursday? Absolutely. But also we have to take every game as a learning experience and move on with it.
And I imagine when it gets into the heat of the moment in the third or fourth quarter, is it hard for you to think about those things, those matters of development versus what you need to do to win right now, or do you kind of feel comfortable with where you're at with that?
I like my club. We continue to keep working, but yes, we have to win our games. Yes, we have to win our games. But in the great scheme of things, I have to have patience with a lot of stuff too. Aaron Weaver is a person that has a tremendous upside, but I have to have a lot of patience with him. And with Avery getting thrown out from the last game, it actually put Aaron Weaver in a certain situation that he had to play a lot of minutes at the point guard spot for his second game in a row. So we won our games, which was important, but also it was a great learning test for Aaron Weaver, 2 games in a row, to be able to run the point, to be the sole point guard, and to be able to take care of that. So that was kind of a win-win. So those are things like that you have to look at when you take a breath, and the next day when you go through your film, those are the things that you have to look at.
Coach, thanks always for your time. Good luck.
Thank you. I need it.